I really like not having a name because it's about the work. It's not about my person. It's only about my personality insofar as it's evident in the work. But anyway, I had this show at Feature when they were on Broome Street, and they somebody who works there. This couple came in off the street, and he overheard them say, all she did was go to the hardware store, like, you know, kind of dismissing it. But I really liked it for two reasons. First, that they assumed it was a female, and then that I guess they meant the hardware store as a negative thing, but to me it's like, I mean, the hardware store is my favorite place to go. So it was this weird compliment in a way. These I actually think there were quite a few from this group of pieces, and I almost think of them as being more like drawings than sculptures. I think because a lot of them are made with the wire and the string and the shoelaces, which are really linear.
But I mean, the most
it's
common materials possible. Well, you have a plastic bag.
Yeah. And actually, well, you had asked earlier what the title of this. This never had a title, but it sort of has this nickname now of Monument. Because a lot of this work is sort of like a monument in a way. This is sort of, actually this piece, because a lot of the found objects I use are like really, really mundane, or things from everyday life. So a lot of this, like, I really started to think, I don't know, quite a few years ago, how most of it, the found objects deal with food, clothing, and shelter, like really down to the basics of surviving in the world. But it wasn't that I'm dismissing them. I mean, I think a lot of these have a pretty great beauty, even though they're really, you see them all the time, but I don't know, okay, this piece though, the wooden part, like this one really directly has to do with the food, clothing, and shelter thing. I was thinking of the wooden part, the base, as like, you know, wood that you'd make a house out of something. So So I got the wood here, and then the can for food, and then the sock for clothing. And so in a way it's like, really, this is pretty much my vocabulary here. But then like I was saying, there's a lot of I think there's a lot of beauty to this stuff. Like,
I did too. I was very attracted to it because it was incredibly proletariat.
Well, but you know, a tin can is an amazing invention. It's like humans invented that, and we see it all the time. But it's really an amazing object. I mean, it's got these interesting little lines here. So in this piece, I was like, besides the conceptual part of like, yeah, this is like really common stuff.
Yeah.
There's formal stuff that I really like the grain of the wood. We got the lines of the can going this way. Then we got the sock, the pattern in the sock here. So it's definitely a really formal piece, even though it's also about this idea of
I caught
life.
that.
Real life.
It's very clear that it is set up in a very traditional manner. You know, at the pedestal. Yeah. It's obviously a pedestal to something, or a monument to something. And of course I thought, well, a monument to socks, which is more simplistic than you've put it, which is, you've got it pretty simple too.
No,
because
that's fine. It's a monument to life in a way.
Well, you didn't have a title on it either. So.
Yeah, a lot of times I don't give titles it's like, it's not that I don't try, but I feel that's it. It's like I don't want to add to it. I mean, once in a while a title kind of happens and it's fine, but somebody actually wrote a really nice thing about this. The prototype was in a show in Europe, and someone said that he thought it should be in Paris, like this should be giant as a monument in Paris, which I thought was pretty great.
They already have Klaus Oldenburg there, though,
well,
right?
yeah.
How way?
I see, in a way, I really like that he said that, but I don't think it needs to be any bigger than this. Like that, in a way, when I was saying these are all monuments, it's more monuments in attitude rather than scale. So, yeah, that doesn't have to be giant like Oldenburg for me.